You are watching All Things Real Estate and More with Ann-Riley Caldwell, with a brand new episode on subprime loans.
I'm with Jeff Suter, and we're talking all things real estate and obviously geared towards lending. One thing that a lot of people don't talk too much about are subprime loans.
Yes, ma'am.
And so Jeff's going to tell us what those are and why you would want to use them and what they look like.
All right. So life happens.
Yeah, it does.
That's the main that's the main reason non-prime exists. Some people refer to it as non-qualified. So your FHA, conventional things like that are considered qualified mortgages. Non-qualified, aka non-prime, are for people who find themselves in a life situation where they can afford to own a home, but something bad has happened that prevents them from having a qualified mortgage. So one example for that would be bankruptcy.
Right.
Bankruptcy is a huge thing. You never know why it's going to happen. It could be failings in business. It could be just bad life decisions. You never know.
Could be medical. A lot of people have medical issues.
Yeah. You just never know. Life happens. Doesn't mean you can't own a home.
Right.
That's the key. So what's going to happen, you can be one day out of foreclosure, one day out of bankruptcy. Bad things that we don't want to see happen to anybody, but if it does, you can own a home. Generally going to be looking at 10% down, so 90% loan to value, depending on the situation. These can generally go up to 1.5 million.
Oh, well.
So non-prime can go quite high. It is going to be obviously a higher interest rate. Again, it comes down to putting a plan together on your specific situation, whether it was a foreclosure or a bankruptcy, but get you in the home that you can afford. And ultimately put a plan together that gets you back into a qualified mortgage as fast as possible.
Yeah, so one of the things we've talked about in other podcasts is, refinancing at a certain point. And you might have to take a type of loan like this where it's higher interest rate, but it does get you into a home. We always talk about the pros and cons, and it's usually better if you can to buy a home versus continue to rent.
Absolutely.
That's a whole nother podcast we haven't even done yet, but we will someday. But the main thing is we like to be creative. We like to offer solutions. We like to let people know where they are, what the next steps would be to get to where they want to go. And sometimes, taking on something that is not ideal, but that works in the situation that you find yourself in, still ends up being positive to you by not paying somebody else's mortgage.
Absolutely.
And, paying the landlord rather than paying something that's hopefully building equity over time and helping you. But then also not giving up on the fact that over time, we've talked about many things can be fixed by just letting time go by.
Yeah.
And so refinancing is a viable option for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just put the plan together and see it through.
Yeah.
But invest in yourself, not somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the key. Life happens. You can still own a home.
Yeah. So again, even if you find yourself in a place you never thought you would be, that you never wanted to be, we're here again to give you options to look at your specific individual situation, to have you just reach out to us. There's no judgment, there's no right or wrong. We all are where we are in our life.
Absolutely.
Because it's, decisions that we've made, some better than others. But our goal is to help you have a bright future, to help get you into home ownership if that's something that you want to do. Again, or for the first time.
We hope you enjoyed watching All Things Real Estate and More with Ann-Riley Caldwell. To learn more about Ann-Riley, or for your real estate needs, visit notyourordinaryagent.com or call 615-930-0313. Thanks for watching.